Got 5 lights on, and yeah, we're off. Let's see who gets a better start. Looks like Archer has a pretty good start against Kisiek into turn 1. I'm gonna go side by side on this, and of course Archer having the inside. Who gets around better and who gets out into the lead? Archer already out into the lead. He's gonna hold that true against Kisiek. The Cave Meister getting up into second place against Kisiek as well. He's trying to get in the positions as he can. We're gonna follow on with our current leader Archer as they get around. And it's looking like a pretty good start so far. A few drivers have lost positions, though some have gained to their advantage. So that's going to be what they're going to be looking forward to in the rest of this race session. To get on through, Archer holds the lead. Cave Meister currently holding on to P2 at the moment. You got the yellow flag there already happening at the start of sector 2. Someone probably went off for a second, but I think they're fine and going again. Hopefully, Lancer all the way down to 12 right now. Let's see what the rest of the grid are at. Kisiek has lost the lead of this race. Started P1, he's down to P3. Ace running right there where he started there in P4. We got Keenamore, of course, a pretty close gap behind Ace and one. Nightmare Ghost trying to get past Keenamore as well. Can he get this done on board with Nightmare Ghost at the moment as he loses the car for just a second there? Got two cars coming side by side behind him, and that's West and Ice One coming there behind of him. There goes, I think Ice One just holding up the lead out behind. So let's try to have a look what's happening with the rest of the cars on the back of the grid here. Some pretty close gaps. Then follow on still with Nightmare Ghost as he chases after Ace. Gap has gone away from him though just a bit. All along through as Ace and Keenamore battlers out in front. And Keenamore, of course, trying to fight it with Kisiek for second place in this race. For third place in the race. Oh, some contact there with Nightmare Ghost and Keenamore. Keenamore not going to be too happy about that. Doesn't look like they took any damage off of that there. So let's see what the rest of the grid are going to continue on through with. It's Ice One following on Nightmare Ghost right now. Someone going just a bit wide there off track. And yeah, still keeping it on track and going. See cars trying to go at least 3 to 4 wide into turn 1 there. So well, that's actually going to work for them. West in the middle of that, Naismith in the middle of that as well, getting through. You see Smith trying to come alongside him here. Bit of a battle with these two getting through. Let's see how that's going to work out. But West and Naismith, of course, fighting for P9. The side by side these two are right now. Tech Smith gets ahead. Porter trying to get ahead as well. West losing another position here if he's not careful. Out in front, the lead is still with Archer at the moment. Cape Marshall still holding on to second place. Kisiek still holds on to third, where he dropped down to after the start of this race. Keenamore running in fourth now, ahead of Ace there, who's being chased by Nightmare Ghost at the moment. And soon the 210 gap. Let's have a look at what that battle is looking like at the moment. And he's getting pretty close to Ace, who's going to have to be a bit worried here right about now and try to defend as we're about to get onto the main street here for lap 2 of 12 for the Chinese Grand Prix. The 210 gap can the switching advantage work for Nightmare Ghost here. Let's see if he's going to gain some time as they get into the next chicane, and doesn't look like it's the case. He might just be getting a few tenths, a few hundredths of seconds sorry at the moment. Braking is definitely going to help as he tries to avoid contact on this current occasion with the driver in front of him. He does a pretty good job, but that actually holds it true. And it's P6 for him still. Archer, fastest lap of course, out in front, leading the Grand Prix. 7 tenths behind is where Cave Meister is. Kisiek losing a lot of time, 3.2 seconds behind. And of course followed by Keenamore there. Let's see what the rest of the grid are after. We got Naismith and Ice One having a bit of a go at the back here. Naismith trying to get into P8. West falling back a bit under pressure from Goldfield in 11th. So I have to have a look and see how that's going for him. And we got some contact, looks like some minor incidents there, cars being spun around. As Scooby losing positions, I think not driver there as well. I think that was Kodor, he's fallen to 12 already in the grid. Trying to follow on out in front. Let's have a look at Archer. He's still leading the Grand Prix right now. Cape Meister still running a second. These two got an excellent start off the line. Keenamore, of course, now running in for Kisiek all the way down to 4th on the grid, where he started from P1. So not the best of races for him here. Still in a pretty good position of getting points, of course. Let's see how that ends for him. Ace running in 5th. Ace within a second. Of course, that DRS advantage is what they're looking for coming up there. So Ice One trying to catch up to the rest of the grid out in front, followed by Nightmare Ghost, who's now down into P8 at the moment. So he's falling down the order just a bit here. Being chased by West, of course, being chased by Gobi side by side. These two are going as trio wide right now. Skoda get in the middle of this as well, I believe it is. Actually, I think it's just the two of them getting into the middle of it. The Gobi gets ahead of West right now. West trying to get back into the position. Not having the best of races here at China, but he's trying to as best as he can. It's a P11 for him so far. Gonna go back out in front a bit, follow on with Ace at the moment, see how close he's getting. Kisiek here, Kisiek under pressure. Oh, almost have some contact here. I'm not sure if he had any contact with his right front, but that was actually pretty close and a little too close for comfort. But Ace keeps it on going right now. That's not taking any damage on the car. Might have just avoided that. Actually, he did take some damage. He's missing an end plate on the left side, so he did take some damage. There was contact with Kisiek there, as far as we can see. So Ace has damage on that front wing. It's going to affect his performance here on track a bit. He's running P5, trying to catch up to Kisiek, of course, trying to get ahead if he can. Having a bit of a difficult time with this here. Kodo now gets a 3-second penalty. So we have a few penalties on the grid as well. Only on the lap 4 of 12 as we get through this race. So let's see where the rest of the grid are going to finish. Out in front, Cape Meister still within that DRS advantage right now, as far as you can see. Ace still breaking the gap down. This is losing right now. He's using the slipstream advantage. Trying to keep up with Kisiek. He goes side by side with him. He's going to take it on the inside. And does take it on the inside to get around. Got Kisiek, of course. We can see such a close gap with Ace. He's going to fight this through. And he does fight it through to get around. Kisiek looks like he's holding back the lead right about now, but there's still a bit side by side going through. There goes Ace on the inside, wheel to wheel with Kisiek right now. Tries to fight for 4th position. Got Naismith in the meanwhile. He's trying to catch up to these guys. 1.2 seconds behind right now. As you can see, Kisiek gets back out in front on the inside of the next turn, so he holds that position. Is it going to be another switch? Ace trying to get around on the outside. Let's see if we can get this done. This is interesting right now. Okay, back on with this as Ace had a bit of a moment there and lost a bit of time, but he's still keeping this going 3 tenths behind. Kisiek out in front. That's what's happening with Archer right now. Archer leading this race against Cape Meister. 1.5 seconds is where the gap is. So he has an excellent lead right now on lap 5 of 12. I'm not expecting pit stops during this race. A bit of a short sprint race, of course, guys. So Cape Meister there has some work to get done, or he's going to be finishing 2nd place in this race. Kinemore up into 3rd. 2.8 seconds behind, a bit of a gap as well. Kisiek and Ace, closest gap we have in this session, is down to a 10. These two are going to go side by side again for this. Ace going to be around on the outside of the BS there, and also they're followed by Ice One now, who's now catching up to them. It's on the inside, sorry. Now, almost was a bit off track. We got Ice One trying to get in the middle of this, followed by a Nightmare Ghost. Of course, he's trying to come into the middle of this as well. This is going to be an interesting battle. It's a 4-way battle right now for a P5 in the race session. Out in front, comfortable lead with the race leaders there. Lancer, of course, still he's trying to follow along with this as well, so he might just be involved in it. Hodor out of the race session. Is that a safety car? No, he retired in the pit lane, so that's not a safety car. He's retired in the pits. In the race here, still trying to hold on to this. Archer gets a penalty out in front, and that was unexpected. 4.6 second lead, and he gets a 3-second penalty. That's not gonna be good for his lead right now, especially if we have a safety car close off to the end of their race session. There goes Nightmare goes ahead of Ace. Contact with Ace and Lancer. I think that was their Ice One just behind of that. Or was the Ice One had a contact with him there? A bit more contact right now. Ice One and Ace going at it here. Not sure what the case is with these two, as Ice One goes wide off track right now. Going back on track, tries to get into the slipstream of the Alpina. Ace gonna try to hold him up as much as he can as they go into this turn. Who's gonna come out of ahead? Got Nightmare Ghost, of course, out in front, trying to get ahead there. He does get ahead of Lancer, and he's up into 6th place in this race. Okay, so we're still actually on this bad hill. Let's switch back down a bit further down in the back though. Ice One and Lancer. Pretty close gap with them. No Ace is still following over that. West trying to catch up with them. 5.3 seconds behind, so he's not close enough as yet. Out in front, Lee still extending 4.7 seconds against Keenan Moore there. Archer leads this race. Cape Meister down to 3rd place right now, as he now goes down to 4th place. What's happening with Cape Meister out in front? Losing positions here. Naismith is now up into 3rd. Siak now running 5th. Nightmare Ghost, of course, trying to get past here. So you can see on the inside, to get onto the main straight, almost having some contact between the two of them. Who has the fastest straight line speed at this time? Nightmare Ghost trying to get a bit into the slipstream, and does work a bit here as he gets ahead now of Siak here. Tries to the braking on getting into that turn. Works decently well, I'll say, so far. Of course, Kisiak not too far off behind as he chases after Nightmare Ghost right now. We got Nightmare Ghost on Kisiak, of course, side by side going through this. You can see Lancer trying to get in the middle of it. Not sure how good of a day is going to be for him, but he's still trying for this. Only a 10 between him and Lancer Kisiak right now. Got Nightmare Ghost trying to get ahead out in front. He's already half a second ahead of Lancer. And Kisiak here. Can he keep this going? Bit of a switch with Lancer and Kisiak now as Lancer goes into P6. Kisiak is down to 7th. Is it going to be a switch back? Let's see what's going to happen. And there goes Chase, guys. Let's see if there's going to be another overtake into that turn side by side for these two. Ice One and Kisiak still at it here. And they're not keeping up at this point in the session. Let's see who's going to keep ahead. Keenan Moore, fastest lap in the session. Archer still leads. 4.2 second gap between him and Keenan Moore. Keenan Moore running a pretty good race out in front. Naismith running third. Cape Meister has dropped down to 4th on the standing red order here. Nightmare Ghost, of course, trying to catch up to him. 3.3 seconds. Not working out to his advantage. Ice One and Kisiak, they're still running behind Lancer, still fighting for that position there. Let's see how they continue on with that, but it's not looking good. For Ace, they're 1.5 seconds behind. They're in P9. West a bit further on behind now in P10. Not able to break the gap towards Ace there. Govi P11. Marcel P12 right now. We're going to have some better luck up in the future race that's coming up just after this, but we'll see what's going to happen. It's looking a bit cloudy on track, is it? I see some clouds up in the sky, but the highlight will have any rain before the session comes after it. Actually, it could still happen. I mean, you never know. We'll keep on board for a second to see, are we having any sort of change in weather right now? I'm quite sure they'll probably finish the race under the dry tires that they have it on there right now as things are running. Okay, it's lap 10 of 12 in this Chinese Grand Prix sprint race here. What's happening on track? We got someone stuck at the side of the track, and we have some drizzle, of course, setting in. We were worried about that as we were looking at those race clouds, and DRS has been disabled. Track temperature dropping drastically right now. It's going to affect performance on track with these cars. Can they make it to the end of the race on these dry compound tires as they're running on right now? Lance out to the session, Koda out to the session. We got 11 drivers remaining right now to finish off this Grand Prix. Let's see what the case is going to be. Archer out in front leading with a penalty. Let's have a look. What is that penalty right now? And the rain is coming in a bit faster than expected. This is going to change things up quite a bit on track. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to leave tires on right now. The penalties, if you can have a quick look as it is there. It's 3 seconds for everyone who has a penalty, so let's keep it on tires and let's keep it going to the end of the session. Let's see how it's going to affect things. Look at the track right now. There goes our race leader into the barriers. They're losing quite a bit of his front wing. I'm quite sure he just did. He lost the end plate, a bit of damage. There goes Akina Moore getting up into the lead, and Archer fighting it back right now. The damage, of course, gonna halt that battle a bit there, but let's see how it goes on through. It's lap 11 of 12. I think they're going to push until the final lap with this. Will Keaton Moore take a pit stop? He's out in front. He's the one to decide right now. Archer running in second. He has damage to that front wing, but he is not going to take a pit stop. I'm quite sure of it. He might want to continue all the way to the end of the race. Can they make it though? On these tires here, they're losing grip like crazy on track. The track is getting so wet so quickly. It's time for intermediates. Can these dry tires hold on for one or more lap? We still now intersect the tree only, so it's just a lap and a quarter more at least to go. Can they hold on to it? We got everyone still on the medium tires and running. They're going to get around to the pit lane entrance shortly. Let's see if they choose to take a stop and do the final lap, or are they going to finish the final lap on these medium tires? It could be a bad choice at this point, but what are they going to do at this point here in the race session? Maysmith close gap with him, and Ace there for that position. P7. Let's see what's happening out in front with the race leader as he get around onto the pit lane entrance. I want to see, is he going to be taking a pit stop here? This is going to be interesting. I mean, they're managing their tires as it is right now, so let's see what the case is. He's going to continue on, and of course Archer will definitely follow him on through, not going to take a stop. unless he had a gap behind of him that was big enough for him to take a stop and still get back into second place in this race. Has a 3-second penalty. Cape Meister has a 3-second penalty. They're all going to continue on through. On what's happening down here with 6th and 7, Ace and Smith fighting for that position. Nightmare Ghost running behind of them, West running behind of that, and these two are going to go side by side. They're battling in the rain on dry tires. And that makes quite an interesting race session for us here. Let's see how it's going as they get onto the main street. Final lap here of the sprint race for the Chinese Grand Prix. And some excitement with some rain happening. And of course, no chance of changing onto the intermediates. They're going to have to finish the race on the dry tires as they have it. There goes Ace on the right side, in the inside of that turn. Who gets out ahead of this? It's going to be Naismith on the inside next one. No, actually, doesn't get in the inside. Ace gets ahead of him a bit too much here and doesn't work out as best as he thought it would. Kinemura holds the lead right now against Archer, who took some damage after going into the barriers there. 2.3 seconds where the gap is. Game Meister running in P3. And we know that there's a penalty situation out there for Kinemura, looking for a race win here. And he's going to get it once he finishes this current lap there. Let's have a look out in front where he is on track, about to get into sector 3. We're trying to follow on with the rest of the grid. Do they have any major battles happening? Doesn't seem to be the case, so we're going to continue on with him as he goes down this final lap here right now. Gap about 2.2 seconds, and I'm quite sure he can hold that through going this final lap here on the straight right now. Should be quite easy to keep it stable as much as he can. He's trying to keep it stable. Has to be careful in this braking zone though. Bit of a tough one getting through this one here. Just try to keep the car as stable as he can getting through, and has to get back on the power, of course, going down the gears, going back up. I think we're down to second gear and just push it back up right about now. So should be running onto the final turn. As long as he avoids a spin here, he should be fine. And on the main straight he goes. There goes Kinemura. We'll be getting across the line and taking a win here at China. So Kinemura wins the Chinese Grand Prix sprint race. Archer gets across the line for second place. Cape Meister for third. How is the order going to go with the penalties? It should stay the way it is. Cape Meister takes third. Ice One coming around now, and he should be finishing fourth in the grid. Gets around pretty well. We have some penalties with Ace and West there that might affect positions. We'll have a look at that. So Kisiek is the next one to get across as he crosses the line for P5. Ace comes around for P6. Will he keep it on? No, he will not. Naismith will get ahead of him. It's a switch from Naismith into 6. Ace down to 7. West should be able to take it 8th place comfortably and keep that. Nightmare Ghost coming around for P9. He's been all over this grid this evening, losing and gaining positions, and of course now finishing P9 here. Not a bad finish though. He's still finishing this race session, so he gets around the final turn. Goes a bit wide off the track, but it really doesn't matter at this point. He's gonna go across the line and finish P9. Govi coming around behind him to finish P10. Marceau quite a bit behind on track here right now, and that's of course P11 for him. So exciting sprint race, guys, here with the F2 division for NOMEX Racing. Gotta say, it's been a heck of a race. Alright guys, here we go. The results for the sprint race here with F2 division for NOMEX Racing at the China. We got Kinemura, of course, finished on pole, 145.665, fastest lap in the session as well. Archer, of course, taking second place in this race. Cape Meister finishing third. Ice One in fourth. You see at fifth. Naismith 6, Ace 7. You got West in 8. Nightmare Ghost 9. Govi in 10. Marceau in 11th. Lancer and Coda were unable to finish the race session, unfortunately, but that's the case so far. We're gonna head straight into the main race now, the feature race. And that should be getting started in about 2 or 3 minutes, so we'll give the guys some time to get that sorted through.